Welcome to God's Way YTVY, the spiritual viewpoint. I'm Adolphina Shephard. This is my co-host Thomas Knights Templar.
Good evening, everyone.
Well, as normal, we have a fabulous show for you tonight. We have a very exciting guest here, and we're going to be doing some unique things that most of you have probably never heard of. Sound healing with crystal bowls with Mother Theo Sophia Rose. So, let's see. Now, I guess what we should do is, you're the expert on this, so how about you tell us a little bit about yourself and then tell us how the crystal bowls actually promote healing and so forth and so on, and what you use them for.
Okay. I've been doing and studying consciousness and healing for 27 years. The bowls, we usually take a retreat to Mount Shasta, and there was a store there full of them. And we went in one day and my heart was just screaming, sound is going to become the most important thing in healing, because we're all vibration. Everything in this room is radiating a frequency. We're not yet able to hear it, but there are animals on the earth already that do. And all of those bowls sitting there, they're alive. I realized they all had an angel. Some people call them devas, but they would speak to me.
Oh,
as
neat.
we went around deciding which ones I was going to have. The first year I bought one, the yellow one there.
This one here.
It's a white gold alchemy. That's for the third eye and up.
Oh, okay.
And we brought that home, and the next year we bought all the rest.
Oh, well, one shot, huh?
Well, second shot, yes.
All right.
Well, when you talk about it, the sound is vibration, I mean, it even says it in the Bible.
Right.
It says that the word is created, the word. What's the word but vibration?
It is vibration, the bija seeds.
And that's why it's so important also to watch what you say, because, you're creating when you say something and people don't realize it.
Yes.
That's why people say you got a bad vibe.
Vibration goes out, and it's through infinity. It never ends. So whatever you said 10 years ago is still moving through the universe.
That's really amazing if you think about it. Well, you know what? Remember when we did the Soul Portrait show last month? The thing I took away from that was those paintings are alive.
They are.
They change.
And we could actually see them zipping around. Now, you say each one of these has an angel, right?
Yes.
And the devas are of the elemental kingdom, right?
That's correct.
And well, that makes sense, because they keep the earth.
And they're alchemy bowls. They are from minerals or different stones. That's what
Oh, is
they're
that
made
right?
from.
I didn't think about that. So are they all different?
They're all different. If you want me to, when I go over there, I'll explain, tell you which each one is.
Yeah, oh, I'd like that.
Yeah.
I noticed you have a big bell-looking thing over there, too. What's that?
That's a practitioner's bowl. That was actually, it's an Aqua 24 gold bowl that was blue.
Oh.
Beautiful see-through blue. For that one, they've happened to fire it 3 times and it turned pink.
Oh, love.
It brought divine love.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That sounds like what it was meant to be.
I had to have that one.
Huh. So now, I know you do other things. So what else are you doing?
Well, I have had a healing school for 25 of those years. And now I'm doing Mother Consciousness School, helping people evolve and go beyond this realm, creating their electrons, their atom-cadam field, that type of work.
Oh, yeah, that's so important. And, the atom-cadmium body is what we create and was originally created. And I think it was distorted through the centuries. So we have to recreate it. Is that right in your thought?
Well, I believe the way it is now has not been created before. I think it's different.
Huh.
But
So you say what was once before, excuse me, what was once before is not now.
I think this is going to be a new shift, yes.
Okay. They say you did this for 25 years prior. Did you do the healing school using this method?
No, I didn't use the bowls then. I used a lot of different other things. People would ask me, how do you do what you do? And then I had Mother and Father come to me with Jesus and ask me to teach people how they've taught me.
Right.
And then it's been pretty much ever since then. Some schools go 3 years, some schools go 6
Well, you
years.
went a long time, really. I was just wondering, what was the way into this?
Into the bowls.
Yes.
Because I knew sound was coming. My personal guide and teacher was Joshua, who, you know, had the walls of Jericho
Yes,
crumble.
because they did it with vibration.
And you know, in the beginning, I really didn't think of that, but as it evolved and I realized, because my voice has totally changed, I always wanted to sing and I couldn't.
And you can?
And now I have a beautiful voice.
Good.
So it's
Well,
been
that's
a process.
amazing.
It is. It's been a process of becoming a sound alchemist. And through my voice and the bowls, I play mandolin. It's all
Have
changing.
you ever played mandolin prior?
No,
So you just picked it up and you were able to play?
I was able to play.
Wow.
And it keeps getting better.
That's really amazing. That is.
So it's kind of like it's part of my destiny
Yeah.
to, you know, I have people come and we do an evening and they lay on the floor and they just transform.
The purpose of laying on the floor is for what? The ground?
Because you become so moved in consciousness.
Okay.
You know, you don't want someone to just fall over.
No, oh,
They find it comfortable. And then we go around and we use the practitioner ones over their whole body, which makes it easier to do it that way and
do
experience
they
it.
go into a group meditation or something?
I usually
prior?
do a meditation before with an intent. If I was doing evening, that would probably be in a half an hour itself.
Okay.
And then I play, and everyone will find they have a special bowl that speaks to them. And every time I play, it's different. But you'll see I play them uniquely.
At any given time, do any archangels come through the bowls?
Oh, sure. The whole room will fill with angels, and we've had pictures of that.
What, they show up when you take pictures? That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that we oftentimes have many angels here. Jesus comes a lot. And it's funny you should mention Father, Mother, God, and Jesus, and the Holy Spirit as well, because they've been my teachers too.
I know.
So this is very interesting how we've found each other.
It is.
Oh my, so that's great. So we're going to have, she's going to do a show for us, a performance. So this, I'm excited for this.
We get that started.
Yeah, you think so? We should
Yeah.
get started? Okay, do you have anything else you want to talk about before you get started?
Just everyone who's listening, I want you to try and be as relaxed as you can. If you're at home, let yourself lay down and relax in a chair and allow it to speak to you. And I think you'll be surprised.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait.
I tell you, this is really interesting stuff.
Yeah, well, I've seen her perform before. It just so happened that we were doing a workshop at the same place at Dr. Afania Cruz's office, and she came on after I did, so I had the opportunity to observe, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, the sound, and I knew just what she was doing with it, you know, so it was great.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
All right, so without any further ado, you
Okay.
So hold on to your seats. You're going to get blown away, I think.
I got it.
All right, for a moment, we're going to do a small prayer. I'm going to ask for the grace of God to enter here with us. And we're going to set an intention of this healing tonight to be for fear and your other
Revenge.
and revenge. And we're going to ask for all the little children throughout the world and throughout the cosmos who are open to willing to receive, allow this to come into their beingness, into the cellular structure, and have release. Thank you. So this bowl is a Zestulite Platinum. It's an initiator. I explained the divine love. This is turquoise. It's very rare.
Is it really? Huh.
You wouldn't think so exactly with the color, but you'll
Well, you
hear-
could see it's a light turquoise.
This is sunstone. It's like an angel's voice. I have to talk into the mic. Okay. This is the white gold alchemy. This is yagna. If you're aware of Sai Baba, he would have yagna evenings, and everyone would put all their issues on a paper, and he would burn them. The ashes from one of those evenings is in this bowl.
Oh, how about that?
So this bowl has your dreams come true. So if everyone wants to think a moment, the dream you would like to come true tonight, that bowl will be played. And this one here is the diamond, and it's like a rooting bowl, but it's of diamond consciousness. And this is emerald platinum.
Oh, beautiful.
It's the heart. It's a pure F sharp. I'm losing all my things.
Two of my favorite colors, pink and green together.
You'll love the sound of it. And this is a cestolite, throat chakra. I played this for Thomas earlier. And this is indium.
Say that again?
Indium.
Indium.
And it brings everything into the body. So while we're doing all these higher energies, it's bringing it into the body also. All right?
Yeah, fabulous.
Great. So I'm ready.
it feels lovely. In fact, it feels holy. I feel high.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing I definitely felt.
That's why people lay down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do. I feel high. I said to him, do you feel high?
Anybody back there in the audience feel like that? You feel that resonation?
Yeah.
Of the sound?
Yeah.
That was terrific. Come on back around.
Yeah. Yeah, come back around.
Is it on? I missed
I
it.
don't know about everybody else, but I sure had a tough time keeping my eyes open.
I got a buzz from that, I did.
Oh, yeah, I know. Who needs drugs or booze, right? When you got Mother Sophia over here and the crystal bowls.
When you're doing that on each different one, are they telling you which ones to hit?
It's not that I'm hearing it, I'm just in their movement.
So you just, all right, okay, I get it.
You know, now it was interesting because I have heard you channel a lot of times when you do this too. And
Sing.
and you sing. How come you didn't sing? Weren't guided to.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have heard that. Well, you might have to come again and make sure you're singing.
Well, I thought we were going to still do maybe a sound singing thing.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh,
We can do it now.
yeah,
You still got plenty of time.
yeah. You mean?
I thought we talked about that. That's what I was going to do.
Oh, yeah. I want you to do some singing.
Yeah.
You go right back up there.
Yeah.
I can be here and do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fabulous. Yeah. In fact, Tom is a good singer too, and he likes to belt out rock and roll songs, right?
Well, I don't, all ballads.
Ballads. Okay. I've heard him do a couple. He has a good voice. But I want to ask you something. Did you ask God for the gifts to do this sound healing and to give you a beautiful voice?
A voice I always wanted.
Me too.
I was the girl in choir that used to sing so loud and everyone hated me. Truly, it sounded so bad, but I guess somehow I knew. And once I did a lot of healing when I got the studied in Thailand, and they said that after we were initiated into that meditation technique that my voice would change as I went and did the initiation for people.
Wow.
And it did.
Well, my ex-husband was a musician, and he said I was tone deaf. And so one day I kept hearing all these beautiful people singing, and I said, God, I want to be able to sing. Now, I haven't tried, but wouldn't it be wonderful if I could?
As your voice develops, it's everyone's gift. Truly.
Yeah. So that was really quite profound. I really felt like they were even similar to church bells in heaven, if you can picture that. That's what I was feeling,
I
of.
heard something like this on YouTube. I happened to be on there one day, and somebody captured angels singing. And it was very much like this, the resonation of the sound.
Correct. From the celestial spheres.
You know, I feel the vibration of that. I could really maybe lightheaded. It's a good thing I was sitting down. Did anybody else feel like that back there? Did you feel a little lightheaded from it?
I saw Christine over there. She had her eyes closed. She was deep into that meditation.
She was down for the count.
The others I can't see too well because it's dark back there. But
And I could feel at some points they were really trying to annihilate our patterns we were working with. And then the last set, which are the higher vibrational ones, it's done, and the celebration.
oh, that's wonderful. You know, I can't help but wonder because I just passed a big test. Well, first I failed one, then I passed one, and I can't help but wonder if that is not an initiation for me and probably for everybody else.
I have gotten the information. I'm going to sing light language for an initiation for you.
Oh, how wonderful. Oh, I can't wait.
Do you do light language?
You know, I don't know. I guess when you do it, I'll know.
Okay. Well, there's 126 different kinds.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, I do know one person that does it. I've heard people talk in the tongue, they call it the Holy Spirit and so forth.
Yeah, I've heard
but
that.
I don't think that's the same, is it?
I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
have to be there and hear it. But it's,
Well, I've
You let-
heard tongues before, so if you start doing something that's similar to that, then I can say, all right, it's tongue
All
related.
right.
If it's something totally off the chart, then it's another thing.
all right, would you like me to give
Yeah.
you your initiation?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it because we don't want to run out of time before
right.
we do this.
Okay. So when I do this, then I sometimes will speak the English of what's coming. But if your
Okay.
soul will know, that's the gift of light language. It's a soul language.
Yeah.
Anyone, from anywhere that you speak it to, will know what you're speaking.
Now you're talking. Are you talking about on Earth or the other planes? or
All planes.
All planes.
It's the
because it's on
universal
a soul
language.
level, right?
Yes.
I mean, when people talk in the Holy Spirit, they call it. I've always thought of it as angel talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I mean, sometimes it's just totally nonsensical. It doesn't. I mean, it's not words like we know.
No.
So I have to assume this is similar.
It's similar.
I listened to this guy that was on Sid Roth. He was talking about speaking in tongues the first time he did that, and but he was still young and he was doing it, and his rabbi said to him, he goes, "Where did you learn Aramaic?"
Yeah.
You know,
I have
and he
students
never-
that
he-
speak all different little twists to it.
Well, he was speaking the same language as Jesus. So, you know, that's pretty amazing, you know,
Yeah.
because for a person, all right, he is Hebrew, but he never spoke Aramaic. It's a whole
Yeah.
different dialect. That's interesting stuff.
Well, you know, he must have brought back that soul piece when he lived in that time and knew that language, because that's like sometimes, for instance, when I was in Egypt, we were in a cab and we were being driven around, and he had on the language of Egypt, right? And I didn't obviously know that language, and I said to my husband, "There's an accident, we have to go around," and the cab driver went, like, how in the heck did she know that? And he looked at me like, how did you know that? I said, I don't know. I just know that's what he said. It was really interesting. And that's what they call speaking in tongues, listening in tongues, right?
So there was something that you actually recognized from another life.
Oh, absolutely, because sure as heck, I don't know it in this life. Maybe I
Well,
do
we'll see
now.
if you
Okay, you're
what
going to
you
do this?
feel. Yeah, I am.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, let's go.
Let me have a drink of water.
Okay, I'll have one too.
Where's the vodka?
Apokushuna de eta papa tirti sheta ta mona ki te shata peta akaposhuna ki te ta shita le ta tapa ko shana na pete chepa papa ne chipu la kya tyak kya 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 tak kya papa poshu la 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 mama mama yeta yesha apahoshuna po ye ki te na la de eshe te apokushuna na mo he te te tapa he la na na ki te shite la Yatapo. Ah. La bukosha, la bonyashi, le atuhuaba, nula, yepekashu, lea naheamu, niashi. I walked along and I saw you. I reached my hand and then we knew that once a time when we were new, the light was true.
Oh, so beautiful.
That had the same resonation as
Thank
the bells.
you. Thank you.
That really was.
I didn't understand everything, but I know my soul sure did because it's making me cry.
I was getting some type of Slovak.
Okay.
A Slovak type like rhythm to the language?
I don't know. It's, I've been told I speak mother language, and it was like sung by Mary and.
That was Mary.
Yes.
Wow.
Back in that time, they healed through singing.
Well, she said that she's sort of brand new, you know. So well, yeah.
But it was a lot about healing that throat.
Oh, come on, cry it out.
So you might have to.
Yeah, cry it out. Go ahead.
I very rarely cry, so that's quite touching.
That was really, really interesting. It really was. Any questions?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just, you know, I shouldn't be surprised that Mother Mary would come through because, you see, she's always present. And I've been told that she's my messenger. And she's always with me. In fact, I've been told she comes to my house each evening and cleans my system. Doesn't trust anyone else to do it. And so most of the time when she comes, I'm asleep. But sometimes when she comes, I've been awake. And the smell, she always lets me know by this beautiful smell.
Roses?
It's just indescribable. It's such a beautiful odor. It's so heavenly, there's really no words for it other than heavenly. So yes, well, that was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my.
It's been an interesting time, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I haven't been shooken up this much. I'll tell you, the bells have me vibrating. I
Yeah.
have me vibrating.
Oh
I
yeah.
was recognizing. I tell you, I was recognizing the pattern, and it's a Slavic sounding language what you was doing. What I was seeing was an older woman with the thing on her head, right? Kind of like Mary would wear, but up in the hills in a mountain region, singing this to children.
A lot of people give me that description of when I'm working.
There you go.
Or maybe it was Mother Mary, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, as an older woman, not as a young woman. I mean, a lot of times she's presented as a young woman, but I mean, you know, it wasn't an easy life, and of course, she, like the rest of us, aged. So, yeah, I guess I should thank you, Mother Mary, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, what did you study in Thailand?
I originally went to Thailand to become a minister. It was another hard thing. And that's when I happened to meet Doug, and he says, I'm going to Thailand. Everyone becomes a minister. So we headed off to Thailand, and when we got there, there was a special group being taught to become meditation Babaji's techniques. And you had to stay and meditate for months at a time to clear your aura. And I was picked and didn't know what was happening, and so for 3 months I stayed and meditated for like 18 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and at the end of that, Master Babaji appeared to me and came to my room with me.
Oh, now he is in the spirit, of course, right?
No, Babaji is 2,500 years old and still on the earth.
Really?
His vow is to not leave it.
Oh.
It's to show that we can attain that level, but here upon earth.
Well, I know that there are other galactic races that live quite long and can attain, and I think we can too. It's
No doubt.
Does he eat food?
He eats when there's guests. Like when he took me to Badrinth, India, where his place is, and he eats milk and bread.
Yeah,
But not
because
normally.
when you get to that level, I don't think you would eat. You live on sunshine.
That's what we're all going to do soon.
Yeah, well, we're like plants, you know. That's why we have to eat more vegetarian.
Well, I'm starting to eat bee food.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What was
Bee food, B-E-E food.
it? From the
And it'll
honeybees.
actually enough to sustain you.
The honeybees.
Is this like a royal jelly, or
Royal
where do
jelly,
you
yeah.
get the
Propolis, it's propolis.
Oh.
It's called positive energy. And my naturopath actually suggested, because I'm like 70% over that of light now and less human.
Yeah.
So we're feeding the light.
And the now I'm allergic to bee stings, so I've been steered away from that. But yet I've been told to take that myself.
Royal jelly has very, very healing properties to it. It's jelly of the queen bee,
Yeah, right.
you know, and from what I understand about it, it has very, very many medicinal uses. It's very good with inflammations, and let's face it, we all suffer on this plane from inflammation. That's the main cause of all the sickness and disease.
Exactly. Dehydration.
Yes.
So now this fella, does he drink water?
I did not see him drink
You
water.
said his name is Babaji?
Yeah, Master Babaji.
Babaji.
He's the one I work with is the brother of Jesus. He's known. Jesus agreed to ascend to show us that possibility. He's agreed to be on earth to show us we can attain it.
Oh, okay, wow.
So he's
I didn't know that,
Jesus'
yeah.
doppelganger?
Brother?
Okay.
As in when
he
he
would be
was
a
on
twin.
earth, he was his physical brother. Is that what you're saying?
They talk about each other as their brothers. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, just like when you're so close in the spirit, you call each other, like he calls me sis, I call him bro, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? In fact, some people think we really are related, but you know, I says, no, we're just in the spirit.
The techniques
Yeah,
we
some
teach,
people
he
go.
actually, how he attained his immortality at 19.
Immortality at 19.
Yeah.
Wow, that's saying something. He must have been brought up in a spiritual family and have been taught, just like people don't realize that Mother Mary was taught from a very young age, as was
Correct.
Jesus. Her mother was a healer and teacher. And so she had purified herself from a very young age. And the mother, of course, raised her on the knee with this stuff.
Well, she spent many years practicing thought and holding thought before she could accept the position of being Jesus' mother, because she held that thought that he was the Son of God through all that. And that's what she was trained to learn.
I would love to know what a being that's Babaji, what he thinks about how this world from the time then to now has progressed, and is it of their liking in the direction that we are moving. I mean, I think there's a spiritual movement, there really is, all right, but I also see a lot of strife, and you know, where does one cancel out the other?
Well, the strife has come from people falling apart from God, and all the masters are about us rediscovering and owning our truth. You know, I encourage people to connect to their higher self and start developing not only their self-relationship and their self-love, but knowing that God's a big piece of that. And I would say all the masters would speak the same. You know, all that strife we're seeing is all inside us. We're the earth. The earth is like a big ball here inside of us. And if people could only really understand that, and I know you know that, but
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. So
Don't.
it's a great conversation to bring up. And if you did you watch the Soul Portrait show?
some of it.
Because it was really awesome to see when you start to see how the energy would cover a third of the earth, and you realize how powerful this
Yeah.
work is. And you know, so that blew me away. You know, when I actually got that soul portrait. So, you know, all of this is so profound, and your sound and your singing and the bowls is just so amazing, and I really, and you just do this, the spirit moves you. I mean, you really
Right.
had no training in this, right?
No.
Yeah, I
Correct.
imagine that some people just intuitively, like you may do this in other lifetimes, and
Maybe.
you know, upstairs, so because they say everything we do that's a teaching role, we learn first upstairs and we do 1st upstairs. Like I know that even in writing my books, I've seen myself in dreams so vivid that I was in school and I was writing my book, you know, and then a scroll would go, and I felt like I was reading it, but what I was reading was what I had written in upstairs, you know, so this is really something when you really get deep into it, you know.
Many of the techniques I do today came from working on a client and put your hand here and do this, now observe that. You know, it was all taught from spirit.
Yeah, well, I actually had studied in the beginning with various people, and one day, you know, Jesus came through and he said, no, got to get you away from that. We will teach you now. And, you know, that's how that happened. And
That was in that charismatic group you were with? The charismatic group that you were once with?
you mean the church?
Yeah. No?
No, but I was told to come out of church at one point because I think it had a lot to do with the world's your church, number one, and also that a lot of the things, you know, that were going to be exposed, like the pedophiles and all these other things that are going to be coming out. And when they always say in the church to look down, I get a bad feeling from that, because you know what, when I would talk to God, he'd say, look up, I want to see your face, you know. So
They always say, bow your head. I never did that.
yeah.
I have a painting, and the head down to me is the earth energy, and the other half of it is looking up.
Well, I always say that in my prayers. I say, God, connect me directly to the earth and my hands straight up to heaven. And that's what I do.
In fact, when I've seen one or two people in trance channel and they're in the presence of God, they actually stand like this. And they can't bring their arms down in worship. They just can't, you know. And I found that really interesting too, you know.
Yeah.
When I would try to do that, I'd have to stand in the doorway, prop my arms up, because I couldn't hold my arms up all that long. Like that. I mean, they could go on forever, you know, with that.
Well, yeah.
Then you ask angels to help hold them up.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you know what? As a matter of fact, I remember when my mother crossed over, and I basically took care of her, and they said that the angels carried me. They did. The angels carried me.
Give you the strength to persevere to take care of her. That's what it is. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You think that's from you? It's not.
No, oh no. You know how they talk about God will give you the strength, and
He won't give you,
you know.
He won't give you more than you can handle. You know. But then again, some people bring a lot more on.
A lot of
themselves.
people wonder about that.
You know what it is? 'Cause the people, what they wind up doing, you've heard it 1,000
Yes.
times. You know, if I didn't have bad luck, I had no luck. You know, this is going to happen. That's what it does, because they're creating it. You know what I mean? I try to tell them, don't say stuff like that. You know what I mean? I tell them, you know, take it back. You know, disempower it. Don't let it go out. And they do that. They don't realize that every single thing that you say resonates. And God, you know, He's going to give you more. You know, you say, I have lack. God is abundance. How could there be lack?
That's true.
You know, so He's going to give you more what you're asking for. You're asking for lack. You know, so.
We're a creator no matter what it is. It's what we're saying.
Even thinking.
Yes.
People don't realize that, because spirit communicates telepathically. So when you're thinking, it's being broadcast out there. You know, I noticed with the bell, that seems to be an amplifier.
The practitioner.
Takes the sound and spreads it around, right?
It
Well,
allows you
that's
to
what how
direct
you
it.
to use it is to.
You directed it. I was watching it.
Directs the sound.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And I could really feel that when you move that around
Yeah,
like that.
She was over here. She was doing it. Well, she'd done it early with me, and I could really feel it, you know, touching. I was still shaking.
You know, I'm sitting on this side, so I can see your ear that was swollen, and it seems like the sound has really, it's like half the size it was when we started.
Thank you.
Yes, his ear was, he had an infection in there, and it was really bad, and it had gone down a lot, but now it's gone down quite a bit. Amazing.
Well, we had 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. And there's one thing I wanted to ask you here that was on the list here. How are you able to sit in non-judgment? I think a lot of people need this.
It's a gift that I myself don't know how I got there, but the first TV show I did, actually afterwards they said they'd never met anyone so non-judgmental. And when I work, anyone could tell me anything, and I know how to tell them how to love themselves through it and to see it differently. I guess there's a part of me that truly understands judgment, criticism is only going to keep me lower or smaller, and there's no point. Whatever it is in this moment, there's a different, when we raise up into our I am presence, into our higher, there's a different way to see that action.
We talk about that a lot, you know. I don't know if you ever caught it in any of our shows, but we
Yeah.
talk about the I am presence a lot.
I'm
Yeah.
very big with that.
Yeah. Me too.
Well, then I know we're connected, so connected, you know.
So we only have a few minutes left, but I think we can. I can have time to ask you a question or two. So, what are your next plans?
Well, my next plans are I have my Mother Consciousness class starting in October. For a second group, I have one occurring now, and I'm hoping to have that expand more. Certainly hoping to get the bowls out to more people, you know, at functions or wherever people might want to hear them. And being able to teach, the one work I do eliminates patterns just in the session. I go down the stairway of the DNA and to do more of that.
Huh, that's excellent. I learned how to do DNA work too, and there's so many things that can be corrected by DNA repair.
Would
Now,
you go down the helix?
I go down the helix, yeah.
And then do what? Find the
Well, whatever
the energy stuck.
whatever the pattern says,
Yeah.
I'll clear it as I go and eventually get to the core.
All right.
Because it started from there. It was an original truth.
Yes.
And as it's moved through Earth, it's became tainted or distorted.
Distorted, yeah.
So I go back the other way and find.
So you reverse it.
And they can't even think about where we began when I'm done.
Really?
you know, I've heard someone else. She's now crossed over that, where she would learn to go back to the beginning, to when the problem started, and then correct it that way. So it's similar in a way.
Similar.
Similar. So anyway, I guess we got to wrap
Yeah, we're
things
winding
up.
down.
So I guess we want to say thank you for coming.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
so appreciate you
This
asking
was
me
a-
to come. Thank you.
I would like you to come back. I really found this very interesting.
I love it.
We enjoyed it, and you know, I understand your hubby's a medium too.
He was trained as a medium.
He's extra large.
He's,
He's an extra large. You hear that, Doug?
he's very much into the I Am Presence. And
Well, one of these times we'll have to have him on too with the panel. Sometimes we have, you know,
Yes.
more than one person on. And we didn't put anyone else on because we knew that the performance would take
Right.
up a lot of time today.
him and I fell in love in Thailand.
Oh, how nice.
Very
how
good.
nice. Well,
All right,
that's
let's wrap it up,
wonderful. Well, we want to thank our guest.
Our guest, our studio audience, our audience on TV Land, and our sponsors, Antonio's Pork Store in Tauntonville, and Aardvark Pest Control in Great Kills.
And studio.
And the studio
Yeah.
here, our facilities here at
Yeah.
CTV. We still have a minute. Wow.
Good, good. You know what? See, I always want to get your thank yous in before we run out of time. We've been guilty of running out of time once or twice, so.
I rushed right through it.
Yeah, well, at least you get it over with, and you make sure you don't forget anybody, you know?
Yes.
So that's all good. So next month we have an exciting show as well. We're going to have on Ash and Angel, and we're going to do some tarot and oracle cards. So I guess that's it, and I guess we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good night now.
Bye.
Good night.